Welcome to the Mountain Magnolia Show, where your host, Mary Noble Braden, will introduce you to Swannanoa Valley's most interesting and most iconic individuals.
Listeners out there, this is Mary Noble Braden on the Mountain Magnolia Show. I just want to thank you today for listening to my show. And our focus here is to reveal the heart and soul of all of our beautiful community members here in Western North Carolina. And thank you for all the listeners that have been listening to the Mountain Magnolia Show. You know, it's so nice. Kim and I talked this morning. I haven't introduced my guest yet, but I'm already referring to her. How you can just be walking down the street and like, hey, I want to connect with that person. But sometimes you don't have enough time to do that. And so this is what this show is about, like really learning about our community members. And if you like what you hear, reach out to these people. It's really to get to know these folks. So I want to say every week we like to share a quote before I introduce our guest. And today's quote is from Rumi. It is, there is a life force within your soul. Seek that life. There is a gem in the mountain of your body. Seek that mine. O traveler, if you are in search of that, don't look outside. Look inside yourself and seek that. That was appropriate for my guest today. I love just to find random quotes, and that's what came today. And we're going to go with it. So, here we go. We're going to announce our guest, and it is Kimberly Hughes, a.k.a. Kim Hughes, a dear friend of mine that I've known for a long time. Thank you, Kim, for coming on the show.
My honor.
I love how it just happened. You were like, are you ready to have me on the show? And I was like, yes. So thanks for showing up for me.
Of course.
And I want to highlight a couple of things that you have going on. Kim is actually a co-founder of the White Horse. She helped bring that beautiful place to Black Mountain, and wow, it's been going for a while now.
We opened November 1st, 2008. So it's close to 20 now.
Oh, no. I remember the days.
You do? Were you there?
No, but we remember from our garden shop, we set up a bunch of stuff for y'all.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, hey,
Forgot that part.
I mean, yeah, we were definitely connected back then.
Yes.
And I love how the tides turned and we get to connect again on a different level.
Exactly.
Well, so also she has a wonderful practice called Sacred Self-Living, and she has her master's in counseling, and then she has a group called the Om Girls, and that is a group of women that meet, and so we are going to learn all about what you are doing, Kim.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say how much I love the quote that came up today, because one of the things that my soul is dedicated to in this lifetime is helping people individuate. That's a term that Carl Jung used about looking inside, expressing the gifts and the essence that God, whatever you want to call God, Goddess, has given you. And not just to go along with the programmed stuff that we've been told to do, you know. We learn from that, but then we have to shuck some of it off in order to really express the gifts that we were given. So that quote that you read by Rumi is all about individuation. And would you read it again?
I sure will. Yes. And thank you for sharing that. Because,
that's what I'm here for on the planet in this body, is to help people do that, plus me.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes some shedding to do, and it takes
It does.
One of the things that I had to figure out is I had to figure out what I didn't want instead of what I wanted, because I was such a person. I was taught to be of service, and that's a good thing also. But sometimes when you're really trying to focus on your individual essence and your soul level, you have to figure out what it is right here, you know?
Exactly.
So thank you for helping folks find that.
Yes. I've spent a long time without knowing it myself, so that's
Yeah.
why I got better at it.
It's great. Okay, let me see if I can find that quote again. Here it is. This is by Rumi, and there is a life force within your soul. Seek that life. There is a gem in the mountain of your body. Seek that mine. O traveler, if you are in search of that, don't look outside. Look inside yourself and seek that.
That's it. Perfect.
I'll text it to you as well.
I would love that. Yeah, that'll probably end up on my website.
Oh, perfect. Well, we're going to talk about all the things. So, I know I kind of veered off when we were talking about the White Horse, but co-founder of the White Horse.
Can I tell you, how much time are we
have an hour.
dealing with? Okay, because I would like to tell the story
Yeah, let's do it.
of the beginning of the White Horse. So at the time I was married to Bob Hinkle, who still is working over there. I've stepped out. And wonderful man. He's turning 80.
Oh,
He
wow.
actually just turned 80. And the celebration at White Horse is May 31st.
That's great.
So that's the 80th birthday of Bob Hinkle. He will be performing along with the Belfast Boys. If you have not heard the Belfast Boys, you have to go. They take you right into your soul. And I think Jay Brown and Aditi are performing.
I love them.
And I can't remember the third person, but it's going to be amazing. If anybody wants to go, May 31st, White Horse, Bob's 80th. But Bob and I moved here from New York. We'd been here a little less than a year. And we were like, somebody's got to start making money. We did buy a house and a car. And so I'm a meditator. I want to listen to the soul messages. And so I remember going down into the basement in my meditation spot of the house we owned then. And I sat for a few minutes and I just said, what do you want us to do here? That could involve making money. And, I still had my practice, but it just wasn't adding up to everything. And I got a very clear vision of a white horse in front of dark mountains, turned to the side, and lightning coming down to her side, watching the lightning. Under that, in Helvetica font, was www.whitehorseblackmountain.com.
Wow.
I'm like,
You're like,
I have never had a more specific friggin' vision. So I got out of the meditation and I bought the domain name because I'm like, I don't know what this means, but that was very clear. I asked and I was answered. And that was like in February of 2008. In April of 2008, we went to visit the head of the Chamber of Commerce, then it was Bob McMurray, just to, see what we could boil up together. And we had a nice conversation, and then he showed us the building where White Horse is now. His father owned the building. And he just was like showing us around town and showing us different things. And we walked in, and we're both musicians. I was a former opera singer, and he worked in the music business and is a singer and songwriter himself. And we walked in and we saw these huge wooden beams at 105C Montreat, which used to be a Chevy dealership. And we both like, oh, wow, the acoustics in here. And we started singing. Oh, wow, listen to those acoustics. And then we start seeing like, wow, this could be a venue. You could put a stage over there. You could put the bar over there. There's already a ticket office. We start having this simultaneous vision.
wow.
And we're walking through the place, and I remembered the meditation, and I turned around and I said, honey, is this White Horse Black Mountain? And then we turned around, and in front of us was a poster with 6 white horses on it. And we got that feeling, you get
Some synchronicity.
Yes. And it was like God going, do this now. And so by the end of the weekend, he had set up a whole investor agreement, and I had a small template website up for investors. And we just this was in the the time of the real estate recession.
Oh, yeah, 2008.
So we happened to find some people that needed some place to put their money and maybe lose it.
That's good.
We cooperated with that goal.
Yeah. That's true.
But that was April 4th when we saw the building. And then by November 1st, we had raised like $230,000 startup costs, opened on November 1st to a full house.
Wow. And it's almost...
It's like the White Horse asked us to do it.
Yeah.
It came and said, hey, we need something like this.
And, now it's a nonprofit, and it's...
Right.
They're doing some great things over there. So kudos to you for planting the seeds.
Thank you. And I honor Bob, too. We worked our butts off. We were great partners getting that place together.
Yeah. Sometimes we cross a road where it's either, decide to do something else, decide to move forward, and nothing's right or wrong, right?
Right. It was meant to be, though. It was very clear.
I love that.
So that's the origin story. I love telling that story because it's
Yeah.
one of the most strong synchronies that's ever happened in my life. I never had on any to-do list, make a music venue with a wine and beer bar.
That's what I want to do. Yeah.
I didn't realize how much work it would be, too.
It is a
It
lot.
was like having a baby.
Yeah. It's like, it's basically like a restaurant. I on the food, but it's like, there's a lot of work goes into it.
Yeah. But anyway, thanks for hearing that story.
Yeah. So, and that was one of the questions, but you answered it, how you got to Western North Carolina. So that was your
I fell in
introduction.
love with Bob.
Yeah.
He was the music deacon at a church that I was paid to sing at in Brooklyn, New York. I was a professional singer, and we met at a choir party, and the sparks happened.
He's a great storyteller too.
He is.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
I've had him on the show.
Oh, have you? Oh, beautiful.
He was like number 2 or 3.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and now, what are we at, Cameron? Like 55 or something
Really?
like that?
Yeah, I'd say like 50, 51.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've lost count at this point.
I know.
Wow.
Well, let's dive into your practice of sacred self-living. You did the White Horse, and then
All along the same time, I've been doing sacred self-living.
okay.
Since 96, I opened my practice.
Wow.
Yeah.
How has it changed over the years?
Oh, a lot. In New York, I opened it. I was living in New York until we moved here in 2007. So when I was living in New York, I worked a lot for what they used to call employee assistance programs, EAPs.
Okay.
Which is big employers would hire counselors to do short-term counseling and then long-term referrals when needed for their employees. And so I started an EAP program at St. Vincent's Hospital, used to be in Staten Island. And then when I left that job, I wanted to go into private practice. And so I knew all of these employee assistance program counselors who then referred their long-term employees to me.
Oh, yeah.
So I started practice then, and it was pretty like employment focused and what are your performance issues and how can we help you and this and that. But since then, it's gotten to all kinds of things. I got a degree in what they call life coaching for therapists, because a lot of people aren't into so much all of the really deep, what's your relationship with your mother work, although it always comes up. But
What's your
relationship with your mother like?
at work? Oh, okay, I thought you said at work. I was like,
but that's the thing; it gets transferred.
Oh, yeah.
But that's anyway. So then I took a course in hypnosis. I took a course in sound healing. I've taken a lot of training in shamanic healing. So it's like, just as I would get interested in something, I'd go experience it, and then I'd train in it.
I love that.
So I got right now big bag of tricks.
Yay! Big bag of tricks. Hey, we all need some tricks.
We do at times. Mm-hmm. And I think the people's view of what they are, of who they are, of what the human is changing. I think we're evolving. I think we're expanding. So my practice had to expand to include that.
Yeah.
As I was personally growing, I had to be able to offer those larger techniques.
Yeah, and it's so wonderful that you're open to that, to be able to learn new techniques and be like, okay, well, the 70-year-olds feel this way, but the 20-year-olds feel it this way.
Right.
You know, and the 50-year-olds like, all right, we're taking a little bit of that and a little bit of that, you know, and being able to help heal these people as well, you know, and say it's okay, you know, holding that space.
Right, right. I used the word, named the practice sacred self-living because I really do think that each of us has a highest expression when we live from our soul. But I didn't want to state for somebody what they would call that. There's been way too much telling people how to be spiritual, how not to be, what's wrong, what to call it. And I wanted to make a very neutral term, like sacred self, you fill in the blank. Call it Buddha, call it Jesus. You know, I'm the anti-fundamentalist of spirituality.
Yeah.
And so that's why I called it that. And the purpose of what I do with anybody that comes in and agrees to this purpose is to live more clearly from their own highest guidance, their quote sacred self or soul or goddess or whatever they call it.
Yeah, I love that.
So just to give people the full permission to connect in the way they connect, not the way others think is the right way. That's part of individuation. Because different people connect to different faiths or spiritualities or mushes of them all.
Yeah. And it's so good to find that inside of yourself what works for you. You know, it might be that you learn that, but you still believe it, and that's okay.
Absolutely, you know? Absolutely. It can be anyone's way, and I think people's ways sometimes change over time.
They do. For sure.
Yeah.
I'm living in it now. I just turned 50, so
You changing too, dear?
I'm changing in all different ways.
Yeah. So anyway, that's a fun thing. I also do couples counseling in that, in the private practice, and I have small groups that I do, usually like 4 to 8 people, where we focus on each person's spiritual growth and spiritual experiences for a few months, maybe 7 months is my longest one that I've done.
Oh, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
And I bet, do these people know each other?
They do now.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So one of those groups that, if we can move on to OMG,
Yeah.
Unless you have any other questions.
No, let's move on
Okay.
to OMG.
Okay, so this was a spontaneous group. This is not a professional endeavor at all. What happened during Helene was a friend of mine, her rental was ruined temporarily, and she couldn't live there, and she was trying to get out and trying to find a place to go, and I brought her into my house, and you may want to have her on. Her name is Neva Ingalls.
Okay.
She's about 3 years in this area now. She's a fantastic yoga teacher, Ayurvedic consultant, dance consultant.
Oh, wow.
I mean, amazing gal. So we were like stuck in my tiny little bungalow together. And no internet, no water, no anything, nothing to do. And she chants these Sanskrit chants every morning and night. So I'm like, well, I want to chant with you. So every morning we get up and we chant all these amazing chants, which basically I think clear one's own energy field and consciousness so you can meet the day better. I mean, I'm sure, has a much better explanation than that, but that was my experience.
I like that. That's,
So we're chanting morning and night and talking about each other's families and history. I mean, we bonded, baby.
Oh.
It was beautiful. She's still one of my besties.
Yeah, and to be able to do that right in the storm.
Well, I mean, I needed her.
Yeah.
I needed her as much as she needed me, you know. So then we went to some of those meetings that they had in the town the first few weeks about here's what we're doing for the Helene survivors and stuff. And we met a bunch of other women that we talked about the group, the chanting we were doing, and they're like, well, we want to come. So like anywhere from 5 to 8 people will show up in my living room every single day after the hurricane, every single morning at 9 a.m. after the hurricane for like 6 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Because things were just so crazy and we were just so connected in with the collective trauma. It was hard to stay on track and grounded, and we bonded so much, and we're still meeting. Now we meet twice a week because life has continued.
Right.
Thank God, life has come back for us.
Yeah.
But we do Sanskrit chants, we do meditation, we support each other socially. Like at the beginning of right after the hurricane and floods, we would be like, hey, do you need some food? I got some clean water. We found out where to get this. You know, you can get this. It was very practical.
Y'all were all supporting each other.
Yes. And this incredible little community just solidified. And now it's back to like emotional, spiritual help.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the survival needs are now not so iffy.
It was, and I've had several people on the show during Helene, after Helene, and just the support. Everybody in the community uplifted each other. It was a big time where you either had to learn how to receive or give,
Or both.
Yeah, and just how tight knit it was, and
It was
people
amazing.
talk about it now, like it was like it was this beautiful time. We didn't have power, we didn't have cell phone, we didn't have water. All we had was each other.
And we came out for each other.
Yeah.
It was really one of the most miraculous times I've had in my lifetime. And I'm 69.
No, I agree. I had Mary Catherine on the show too from the Black Mountain Press, and it's almost like we refer to that time as like it's like nostalgic now, because there was so much connection and community, and being like, hey, who needs a shower? Come to my house. I have water. I have power. We were all holding hands tight.
Totally. It was so beautiful.
It was.
Neva and I would wake up and we both can tend to be worriers, and be like, well, where are we going to get more water when we run out of that? How will we know this filter doesn't work because it means you don't have water coming out of the faucet. So my regular filter didn't work. And then we'd worry about it, and then we'd chant, and then we'd pray, and then we'd let it go. And then like that very day we'd walk somewhere and someone would give us like 6 water filters.
I love that.
That didn't require. It was like, wow. And we sometimes we were going around and we were meeting people on such a deep level, because both she and I are spiritual people. And a couple of times we just ran into people in her old neighborhood when we were trying to clean out her old place, and we just would end up praying with them.
Oh.
Somebody would say Jesus, somebody would say Ganesha. Didn't even matter what. We just huddle and pray together for everybody, for the area, for ourselves, for each other. And then it'd be like, hey, I have some extra beans in the car. You want the beans? We got plenty. It was just like, whoa. It was like everything is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Jay Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love Jay.
He wrote a song called Is This What It Takes?
Oh, wow.
Which is a great song. He probably will sing it on Bob's birthday on May 31st at White Horse.
Is this what it takes? He's so right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. For us to really just eliminate our walls, all of our beliefs that we have to believe, and be like, hey, these are our neighbors, and we're here to support each other, no matter what you think or what I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
At one point, I'm a little bit of a prepper, so I had a generator, and we would put the generator on for a few hours each night so that people could get the stuff out of their freezer and cook up the stuff, and then we'd share the food. And at one point, the lady next door, she was on oxygen, so she needed it all night. And that we ran out of gas, and I didn't have any more gas, and the gas wasn't available yet. So her sort of son-in-law went and siphoned gas out from a church van so she could breathe, and then left a note, and then we gave back the gas later. I mean, it was that kind of creativity. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
You just make it up, man.
It was, and who would have known all the things, that were going to happen? We had, we have a creek, and so people were using buckets to get water, and I was like, y'all can come up to our house, and we had a trough, and so everyone would go up and get water or bathe in the trough, and we ended up meeting
a lot of naked people,
our neighbors. No,
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
would
no,
come
I'm
in their
teasing,
bathing
I'm
suits, but yeah, they would come because no one had water, and so and now I don't live in a neighborhood where all the houses are next. They were kind of up in the woods.
Oh, right.
And we got to know a lot of our neighbors, and beautiful people,
Yeah, it was such an amazing opportunity to bond
It was.
on just a human and soul level together.
Yes, and thank you for being our teacher and directing us to do that.
Well, everybody was doing it. I think there was also something about the people, the heritage of this area, the independence, and the community of Appalachian people. I mean, I'm not from here, but I can feel that, We're not waiting for whatever agency to come in and do this.
save us.
You need this, I'm going to get you this.
Yeah.
We're going to make something up. It's like Valley Strong. It's like the people that were at Silverado's.
Yeah.
Valley Strong Disaster Relief. They just like pulled together immediately. They were amazing.
Yeah.
They still are doing it. They're just a little less visible now.
And that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
totally.
I don't think there was any support group here that that didn't put their arms around all of us here, which was so nice.
I know.
It didn't matter who you were. It was we were all one then.
Yes, and we still are if we just remember it.
It's true. No, it's true. Well, more about the Ohm Girls. Now, is this open?
We're kind of a unit now. And I have a small living room.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not really open, but anybody can do it. Anybody can get
Yeah, it's a
together and
great
do
idea.
whatever their spiritual practice or social sharing, whatever. It's not like there's no money exchanging hands. There's no, it's just like get together, be a community.
I love it.
Yeah. And to make it sort of official, like we're here to support each other on these days, it's easier than to just make that commitment and not be pulled off only into regular life.
Right. Because and we were talking about that earlier, some of the tricks that you have for regular life. And this morning when we talked as well, I was like, well, I think that's one of the things too, is being able to have the experience of life and then gaining the wisdom to tweak it where you might have anxiety, or you might get nervous, and being able to have lived life and be like, okay, well, here's my trick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me. Which trick works today?
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's important.
Right. And a lot of it is about connection with other people, being able to share it, and then realize you're not weird and crazy. You're just human. And you can even get help from other people, or you can talk to yourself. Because in my business, I have actually been a counselor since 1980. I just wasn't in private practice the whole time. I would work for agencies or whatever. And in my practice and in my own psychological growth, I realized that we carry around ourselves at different ages. Like the other night, I'm like, I think I'm about 2 right now. I had a really weird day, and it just felt really, I made a stupid mistake, and I felt really bad about myself. And I'm like, I hear you, 2-year-old.
Right.
Come on, it's okay. You're not really just 2 anymore.
What part of my feelings?
Exactly.
What's then let them show up.
Yeah, because when we repress them, that's when they really run the show more. And we might even not be aware that they're running the show.
Yeah.
So like to let them in, and I tell my clients, it's like this little boy was hiding in a closet for like 40 years, and now he's got to come out and tell us what his experience was. He needs to be nurtured and comforted and then grown up, healed. So that happens in me too. That's not just my clients and my friends.
It happens in all
It
of
happens
us.
in me.
Yeah.
And I believe right now that we are in a period of very accelerated evolution in the spiritual growth of humans, the collective consciousness. So like the Hopis and the Mayans and different indigenous cultures called this era of time the time of purification. And so my specialty is the purification of the consciousness, mine and others. So a whole lot of these old programming things we were talking about, or old experiences or traumas, they're coming up, but just to be healed, not to like be a pain in the ass.
Right.
They're coming up just to be aired and healed.
And seen.
And seen and witnessed.
That part just wants to come out for,
And tell the story.
I see you,
Right.
Instead of, oh, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Right, exactly. I played that one. So I think it's a very exciting time to be here on the planet.
I do too.
It's also really hard sometimes, especially for those unhealed parts of us at different ages. I mean, I can still get really PTSD when the wind blows really strong, like it did on Saturday night, and when the lights go out. I'm Helene PTSD.
Yeah.
I'm like, I feel really weird.
I was thinking about locking my gate. I'm like, should I lock my gate? All the lights are off, and I don't do that. I'm like,
yeah, right. So we're all dealing with all of this stuff every day, and it's about acceptance between each other and within each of us, all those little beings that are within us.
yeah. If, somebody, our listeners who are listening, and they felt like they wanted to reach out to you and make an appointment that's sacred self-coaching, because they, wanted to start talking about some things. What are some just kind of on the surface things that you could share with them, how you could move them through maybe some of their, I'm not going to say issues, but turmoil or challenges?
Sure. A good question. Sometimes when people call me or email me about a session, and if they want to know exactly how it will go, I don't know. Because there's so many tools in the...
Yeah.
And also, we each have our own guidance, and each session is determined by the guides of each person. So, basically, it is that I am not the healer. I help them approach a consciousness where they heal themselves. And a big part of it is this acceptance we just talked about of everything that's showing up in their lives, things that may feel stressful or whatever. We just talk about it. We just let it all be true and transparent and real, and we space hold for it together. And then, usually once you open up to all of that stuff, then guidance starts pouring in because it's not blocked.
Yeah.
And then I hold space for their guidance. Maybe I might say something, but I'm not the guru. I'm not the wisdom. I am a wisdom keeper, but each person is their own wisdom keeper.
For sure. Yeah.
So it's like, or they might want to do a sound healing as part of that to open up their consciousness. Sometimes it's just sitting on the couch talking to them. Sometimes I have a table and I have 8 crystal singing bowls, one for each chakra. And so it's like you clear out the stuff in each chakra and bring in the new energy, and that brings up a whole lot of interesting stuff. And maybe a trauma will come up, or maybe laughter will come up. And so we might do that. We might do some shamanic clearing of their emotions and their energy body. I don't know what will happen, but it will be real. I know that. It's for people who want to explore themselves and get rid of the nonsense in their own energy field.
Yeah. And it works too. It really does. And we all need to get to know ourselves.
Yeah, and life will strip away the things that aren't working. Then we got to make something new up, more real.
That sounds hard.
Cameron's cracking up over here. We'll ask you your story after the show.
He's like, oh, I don't know about that.
No, it's okay.
Well, all of this.
So if anybody is interested, they can check out my website at sacredselfliving.net.
Yes, and I will make sure that when I post this on Facebook, that I'll put that on the Facebook post so people can just click on it.
Yeah, thank you. That's nice.
Yes. Well, I love that you are such a big supporter in our community. It's so nice to be able to connect with you on this level where we are putting our arms around everyone here, lifting folks up, and thank you for offering a place to help those in need.
Yes.
To feel safe and to tell their story, because we all need to be seen and we all need to tell our story, so we can live at our highest self and share with others.
Right.
I think we had talked about that earlier, how a lot of women are taught to, just
serve.
Yeah, and that's all we know, and it has its good attributes, and it has its bad ones, but a lot of times, I know with myself, I automatically just am like, sure, I'll help, because I love that. I love being able to support, but also reminding ourselves that you do have to fill your cup, not meaning like, I need to be first at everything, but it's all right. Am I taking care of my needs, my spiritual needs, my physical needs? And it's not a feminine or a masculine thing. It's just, whether you're a man or a woman, we all need to be doing this.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In the 12-step programs like Alcoholics Anonymous or Debtors Anonymous, the different ones, they have a term called HALT. It's like hungry, angry, lonely, and tired. And the injunction is, don't let yourself get too hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, because in their philosophy you might relapse into whatever behavior or substance you're trying to stay away from. But I think that's a good suggestion for everybody. That's like filling your cup. Am I taking care of myself enough to do my work, to offer what I want to the community?
So good. I love that.
Don't halt. Don't let yourself get halt.
Don't let yourself get hot. And that means hangry too.
Yes, and angry. And for me, I'm like, many people are like this, but I'm like exactly half an introvert and half extrovert. When I was studying counseling in college, I took this test by Jung, the Minnesota multiphasic personality test inventory. And so he measures your introversion and your extroversion. And so on that HALT thing, I have to put in, did I get my introversion? Because I can go a while and be with great people, but then it's like, click, you got to go be with yourself. And if I don't, then I act weird. And I'm like, what's going on? Oh, I need myself.
Yeah.
Just my own energy bubble. you know. And this is not just me. Other people need to listen for when they switch over into introvert or need more people go into extrovert.
Yeah.
So hungry, angry, lonely, introversion for me.
Oh, I can definitely relate.
Yeah, because we are. I think you and I are both really people,
Yeah.
you know, and I can enjoy and be around people, and my business is people, and getting Whitehorse going was people. And then I'm like, okay, I love y'all. Bye.
Enough.
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 Yeah. And you're a mother, right?
Oh, yeah. I have a 21-year-old. Foster's 21 now, and Lily is 17.
So you've had a whole lot of people in your life for a long time.
Yes, I have.
In a good way, I'm
Yeah,
sure, but you must have had to find your boundaries as far as self-time.
yeah, it took a long time, and I'm still working on it. You know?
We're all still working on it all.
Yeah. I mean, there are some days I would just. I'll reveal one of my tricks.
Yeah.
There were some days I had so much going on, I would have to go home in the middle of the day and take a bath
Yeah.
and lay down for 10 minutes afterwards, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm ready to deal with the public or, the next phone call. And I would walk in the woods a lot too.
Yeah.
Walk
That's
in-
so smart.
Yeah, and, try to quiet my mind. And that is just one of the things where I have to use the phone a lot in my business. So, but quiet my mind and allow those thoughts to come in instead of questioning them all the time and getting into that place of fear. I guess we're doing a session right now.
Yeah. Yeah. What was your relationship like with your mother? No, just teasing.
It was magical. I had the best mom. Oh my
That's
God. I
great.
have the best mom.
That's great.
Yeah, she's like my best friend.
Oh, how lovely.
I'm
Yeah.
very fortunate. So,
But it's so great that you're starting to know more and more what you need and when. So we can go fill up, and so we can give more if that's our joy.
yeah. Which most people it is.
Right. Right.
And it's good. It's good to be in a place like this. I didn't realize once I got to 48, 50 that there was just going to be a knowing,
Yes.
a knowing, and not worry as much. And it's still there, but not worry as much.
Well, it sounds like you've successfully grown some of those parts of you up. And are in the process like
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that was a wonderful counseling session. All right, so we have talked about so many wonderful things today, and thank you for diving deep in. I know some of these aren't always comfortable things to talk about, but I just want the audience to know that Kim, she is one of those people you can tell wraps her arms around and really gives you space. And so if you would like to get in touch with her again, her website is sacredselfliving.net. And one of the questions I told you before, I wanted to ask one more question. Is
Sure.
there anything you want to share that you haven't before I ask my closing question?
Well, this is just my opinion that we are in this time of purification and of huge leaps in the evolution of human consciousness. And my feeling most days is that we're going to make it. We're going to make it just fine.
I love that. I'm sticking with you. Okay, so our closing question here is we asked our guests to share one thing with the audience that has changed your life for the better.
Helene.
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm very, very sorry for all of the loss and the deaths and everything that happened. But what my group did was we came together tighter, and we are growing from that. So it's strange to give thanks for a disaster.
I knew what you were talking about. I wasn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the connection that you've been able to have with these women and, or men.
They are women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's great. Well, guys, we need to follow. Maybe I need to make my own little group as well.
You can. Anybody. Just set a time a week or something and get together and talk about where you're at and how you can help each other.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, Kim, thank you so much for coming.
You're so welcome.
On our show and being able to have this connection. I know both of us really love to get out in the community and
Yes.
play chess, bring people together.
Yes,
And
we
so
do.
Thank you for showing up and I look forward to bringing other folks together with you in the future.
Yeah. I love you, girl.
Oh, I
We've
love
always
you.
had this connection.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I just want to give a big shout out to Cameron. Thank you, Cameron,
Thank
for all you
you.
do. And on Bigfoot Radio, it's a local grassroots radio station, and you can listen to it on Wednesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 10 a.m. And we're on all the platforms, and so you can check out the podcast on any platform.
Are you on Facebook?
We are on Facebook. Mountain Magnolias on Facebook.
Okay.
So we're going to share the podcast once it's up, but you can listen to it live, like I said, on 96.1.
96.1.
Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Well, guys, have a wonderful week, and thanks for listening. And just a big reminder is if you have somebody that you'd like to be on the show, if it's you individually or you feel like there's somebody that would be great to have on the show, reach out to me on Facebook, or you can also find me directly online at Noble & Company Realty. All right, I hope everyone has a great week. Talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining us for Mountain Magnolias with your hosts, Mary Noble Braden and Leanne Lewis. Join us next time for more interesting stories from the Swannanoa's most interesting people as we give you something to talk about. Mountain Magnolias is a production of Noble & Company Realty in Black Mountain. For more information, please call them at 828-357-5243. 828-357-5243.